Straight ahead is International Drive, a very busy road here in Central Florida that has all kinds of different shops, restaurants, and putt-putt courses. And right behind us is an abandoned Volcano Island Miniature Golf. And today we're going to be taking a closer look at this abandoned miniature golf place. Hi everybody, and welcome to the world of Micah. Behind me is Volcano Island Miniature Golf, a place that was once here on International Drive that was very thriving for families and couples and friends to come and play a game of miniature golf. But now it sits abandoned, and we're going to take a closer look and walk the perimeter of the property and see exactly what remains here at Volcano Island. Let's take a closer look. Let's take a closer look. The old towaway zone reserved parking signs are still here, but they're definitely starting to look like they've been here for a long time. Starting to see some wear and tear, some debris on it. I don't necessarily know if the towaway zone still applies. And as you can see, the parking lot is completely empty. Not a single patron here today, or at least for quite some time. Right here is the entrance, or what once was the entrance. You had to walk across the bridge here. And the bridge has a little paint job on it. Some tiki faces. Rather interesting. There's the old sign. Volcano Island Miniature Golf. And this was the bridge you had to cross. And it looks as if one point was completely filled with water. You can see the pipes down on the bottom there. Now it's just nothing but trash and a little bit of water remaining, but I'm sure at one point it's had some waterfalls and maybe some water squirting out, making this place look very welcoming. And I guess that's where you would go in and pay your admission for a round of golf. Now, someone has placed this no trespassing sign here. And at one point, there has some information here. I could see it said welcome. I'm not going to touch this glass here, 'cause I'm not sure how sharp that is. It doesn't look too safe, but there was a piece of paper under here you can see. And at one point, it probably told you the prices of how much a round of golf would cost, or some sodas, maybe some hot dogs, popcorn. All good things that make putt-putt golf enjoyable. Seemed to have been a sign here at one point too. It's been completely removed, but the nails are still intact. And if you look right up here, I'm guessing at one point they had fire coming out of those metal light poles there. And if you look closely in the detail, there are faces. And those faces have hooped earrings on both sides. It's a really cool little detail. On the right door it says sorry closed. Someone wrote that with their finger. And to the left it says open. Gave the times. I'm not sure the time, you can't really read it, but it says 7 days. So which is it? Are you open? Are you closed? If I had to guess, I'd say this place was closed. Not a single person parking, playing putt-putt. There's not even music being played in the background. All you can hear is the sound of traffic coming from Interstate 4 in the near distance, and the traffic behind me from International Drive. The mailbox here has seen better days, but they completely wrapped this place with a fence to keep people out. But the cool thing is you can still see everything through this fence. including the little tiki pole right over here against the back side of the office. It's kind of a smaller building, if you ask me. But putt-putt places are kind of an in and out thing. You kind of just go in, pay your admission, grab your club, your balls, your piece of paper, pencil, and you're on your way. Check out this little shack. I'm sure this is for maintenance, where they kept different things to take care of the property here. And here's a good look. Some of the walkways here leading up to different holes. And at the very tip top there was a small volcano. Not sure if that thing even erupted or not. But there are palm trees and all kinds of different shrubbery still here. And at one point I'm sure that was a bridge you had to cross, because all of this was full of water that went around the entire perimeter of the property. There's one of the holes right there. I'm guessing you would start here and have to hit it through that little area that has some rock work to hinder the ball from going right up here to the top, and that's where the hole is. So you actually had to make the ball go uphill into that hole. I'm sure over time this whole water area was full of balls that went over the ledge there. And looking up here, there's a bench to sit on, and it seems like they had like a little information plaque up there of some sort, maybe a makeshift map letting you know exactly where you were on the course. Velociraptor still remains on the island. Right over here next to hole, I believe that says 17. Yeah, hole 17. It's Velociraptor. It'd be kind of terrifying to come out here at night, find yourself face to face with that guy. It also kind of reminds me of Jurassic Park. The dinosaurs stay on the island, even though the tourists are no longer on the island. Check out this sketchy bridge that you at one point had to cross to get to the other hole. So you would come up here and walk across this way and make your way down, or vice versa, and you were over the water here. Not sure if this place had live gators. A lot of putt-putt places here on International Drive are known for having live gators. It's kind of an incentive to come and play putt-putt at their establishment, because you'll get to see live gators right next to you as you're playing a round of golf. But nonetheless, that's a sketchy bridge. I don't know if I would cross that thing even if it was brand new when this place was open. Seems like they didn't cover every single one of the holes with the fence here, but it has completely filled in with dirt and different debris. But this was one of the putt-putt courses right here. I guess you would hit it from down in that area, off the ramp, down here, and make it into this hole right here, right next to that bridge I was just showing you. Oh yeah, you would start there, have to make it in between those two pieces of wood, and then it would literally bounce off that ramp there, boom, and have to continue. That's a long hole to play. Oh wow. There's a cavern right over there. You guys can see. You look out, I bet you exactly where it looks like carpet area right there. There was a waterfall coming off that, and when you went inside that cavern, the water would fall right into the bottom there to that creek. That's exactly what that is. That's super awesome. They also have a little hole here in this gate, so if you want to brave walking in there, you can. I'm not going to. I'm sure there's snakes and all kinds of things that I don't want to participate in. Plus, that would technically be trespassing, which I'm not trespassing by walking the perimeter of the fence. Yeah, right through there. You could be standing and that's where the water would fall over and down into the main creek area. I wonder if anybody has any photos of them or their family standing inside that cavern, that little opened area with the waterfall going behind them. I feel like that was probably a photo op, if I had to guess. And right here in all this shrubbery, I just noticed that's another walkway. You had to walk up and walk over yet another bridge across this water to get to the other side of the island. On this sign, 24-hour surveillance. If I had to guess now, saying that's probably false. I don't know if I really trust a sign that's made out of spray paint. Now, I don't know if you actually got to walk through this area or not, because that looks like where the water would be going through. But it's a nice little cave. And I'm sure people who stayed here at the Hampton Inn and Suites were stoked because you could legit just walk over to the island and play a round of golf. Now, this is the backside to that cave I was just showing you guys that was covered, but that's where the water was down in that area. I'm wondering what this was. I'm sure there was a waterfall probably coming off that on both sides. I'm not sure exactly. You can still see some of the pipes where the water would come out and into the canal here to fill it up. Oh, there's another dinosaur way up there. What kind of dinosaur is that? If you know, comment and let me know. Here's a wider shot of the backside of the island and the dinosaur I was referring to just a minute ago. Look at that guy. He's just sitting out here rotting away in the Florida sun. To the right of him is the volcano. I'm still not sure if that thing erupted, but I'm guessing it did. I'm guessing it erupted with water, just looking at some of the remains on it. And the top was open. The size of this place is kind of impressive. Another makeshift sign here that says no trespassing, 24-hour video surveillance. And again on this side, I haven't seen any cameras. But let's continue walking around the island here. There's another pipe in the ground in the rockwork spitting water that once spat water out in this area. And I can hear some birds and other things every now and then rustling around inside the old putt-putt area. And there was a bench right here, so you would sit and wait for your party to play their round. It's kind of neat. And the palm trees are still here, even though they're in this fake rock work. It's kind of cool to see. All right, over here on this side is hole number 6. Right over there. Hole number 6. And there are some more of these little, I don't know if you would necessarily call them tikis, but they're in that genre. And I'm almost 100% certain they would have flames coming out of the top of their heads, which is super cool. The water would be coming through this way here around these little rock caverns and make its way all the way down the backside here. Another bridge that's been dismantled, but there's a piece of plywood right over there connecting from the main office to the island. There it is. Wonder what happened to the original bridge. And would you look at this guy? Not sure if they were trying to go for a mammoth, a woolly mammoth with the huge tusks on this guy, but he kind of just looks like a regular elephant to me, and they just enlarged the tusks. But that is awesome. Still out here. He's just sitting on 4 little pieces of wood. What would you do if you had your hands on something like this? Just put him out in your backyard. Your neighbors probably give you some kind of looks, huh? And I believe this was the restroom. Right over here is 2 doors. Oh, there's the restroom. Abby's out here with me. Oh, that's a cool restroom. I need to... It's got a little tiki guy on it. It's like a little tiki hut. What do you think this was? Concessions? I don't know what that is. Probably maintenance.
Electrical unit building.
Yeah.
There's a tiki right there.
Oh, there is a tiki. It's laying on its side right over there. You guys see that? I'm pretty sure all behind that was a big waterfall going down into the tavern there, but there's the restroom. Still says men in that cool little tiki font. And to the right, check out that guy. That is awesome. And it matches like with the little A-frame top of the building. Definitely looks like a little tiki hut, an old school like tiki bar. Super cool. And I saved the best for last. Look at this tail for one thing. That is probably the longest tail I've ever seen on a brontosaurus. Definitely reminds me of something you would see from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Look at that guy. And honestly, whatever paint they used is probably some of the best paint I've seen. Look at this, he'd be in the water. His feet are on all 4 of those little pillars. It looks like some bricks were helping holding up one of those little feet too. And this was all covered in water. Man. And look at take a look at that tiki pole there on the side of the building, a little totem pole there. So that was the women's and the men's next to it. Well, we walked the perimeter and filmed pretty much everything there was to see from the outskirts of Volcano Island Miniature Golf. And I think it's time to say goodbye, but if you enjoyed this episode, please give me a big thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, click that subscribe button because it's free. It'll keep you updated with my latest video. If you would like to support my channel, please visit my Patreon page at patreon.com/worldofmicah, where donating $1 a month can help fund episodes just like this. I had a lot of fun walking around the old Volcano Island putt-putt golf area today. Stopped off here years and years and years ago and did a pretty terrible video, and I'm glad I got to rectify that today and show you guys a better updated version of this episode. And I hope you guys are excited to see something like this. Lots of putt-putt places around here in Orlando, and very rarely do you find one that's completely abandoned but still has a lot of the things still intact. So I'm glad we got to go on this adventure together. I'll see you on the next episode of World of Micah, everybody. Until then, stay weird. Goodbye.